Vision, your Spanish life. All right, so in this video, I want to share with you um, some of the opportunities and possibilities that will come to you once you've learned Spanish beyond survival level. Once you have a certain conversational level of Spanish, um, the world opens up. It's like opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities. And to be able to truly immerse in Latin America or Spain, um, if you have a good level of Spanish, a conversational level of Spanish, you can make friends, you can meet people, go to really amazing places, beautiful places, relationships, business opportunities, infinite types of experiences that you can have. And this is why you're about to spend these months of work every day, is to have this. And I want this, and maybe you put your vision of what you want your Spanish life to look like up on the wall there so you always remember it. Okay, and this is why we're going to do what we do. So, this is a little bit of my journey and what Spanish has done for me. So, I studied Spanish in high school and I did very, very well. And I graduated in 2001. And then I didn't use it at all from 2001 to 2008. And in 2008, a friend of mine invited me to travel throughout Mexico with him. He was Mexican, he was going to his cousin's wedding, and he said, "Come with me." And so I said, "That sounds like fun, let's go." So for 3 months, we drove all around Mexico, uh, beginning at his family's ranch in the middle, near Guanajuato, in the middle of the country. And this wedding, there's the wedding. I mean, this is as local and immersed as you can get. And a lot of people in this room did not speak hardly any English. And so I was forced to use what little Spanish I had and what I could remember. Um, but it was just a lot of fun. And I got to participate, of course, got to help behind the scenes. And this guy's looking at me like, "You are doing it wrong," for sure. Um, but basically, had a great time. And this trip, there's my friend Ishmael. And this trip, we went to Palenque. All right, we went in. I think this is in Oaxaca, Chiapas. Yeah. So, excuse me. So we went all the way into Guatemala. Okay, and Palenque, and just incredible places. And when you speak Spanish, I have my friend with me who was handling most of the issues because I didn't know that much. If it weren't for him, this would have been a much harder trip to take. And, we made friends everywhere we went. This is in Isla Mujeres. Um, and that's actually the next step in the journey. So we finished at Isla Mujeres. I fly back to Los Angeles and I'm inspired. And I say, I've got to learn Spanish. So I take off for the city that I think will give me the best chance to learn Spanish, Miami. I move myself to Miami. And even though I love Miami Beach and it's a lot of fun, I wanted Spanish. So I moved to Calle Ocho, Little Havana. And this is what it looked like the first day I arrived. I literally drove in and it looked exactly like this. They have like a Friday party, street party every night. And I had never experienced anything like that before. That's not our, you know, gringo culture, you could say. That's not the kind of United States street parties, is not really a common thing that I had ever seen before. So basically, this was exciting. I said, I want more of that. I love that. And they had the salsa music on and, the live music playing, the banda was playing. And I just thought, this is what it's all about. So I need to learn Spanish so I can travel over around Latin America and experience all of this. And so I ended up meeting a friend. She was my teacher, my first Spanish teacher, Selene. And she taught me a lot of valuable tips that I had been trying to figure out on my own. And she basically helped me launch to another level. But it took a good 2 years in Miami every day with my little pocket notebook and my little dictionary, and I was doing it the old school way. Um, she helped me kind of piece it together. So I put 2 good years into Miami, made a lot of friends there, lifelong friends, and then I started traveling. So about 2 years later, 2010, I start traveling Latin America. So I go to Costa Rica, I went to Panama, Colombia, and I spent a good year backpacking throughout South and Central America. Um, Bolivia, you know, just having experiences. And at this time, my Spanish is starting to get good. It's starting to get conversational. 2 years of hard work. Now I'm in my third year immersed. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm conversational, but I was getting there. I was right on the edge enough that I had confidence to move around by myself, make friends. So this was kind of the beginning of my conversational Spanish life was this trip. And it just the places blew me away, you know. Um, the people, great people, they invite you anywhere. If you speak a little conversational Spanish, they invite you everywhere. This is in Chile, sandboarding. Just the kind of things you get to do is you just wouldn't even imagine it. I didn't even know what sandboarding was, right? So you just you don't know where Spanish is going to take you or who it's going to introduce you to, but I promise you it will be a lot of good things. Went to Argentina, okay, and now I'm kind of mixing from there for the next 10 years from 2011 to today in 2021. I have been immersed in Latin America, living most of the year in a Latin America country or Spain. You have to have the Argentinian asado. You haven't had a barbecue until you've had an Argentinian Sunday barbecue with the family. Um, excuse me. You know, um, just great friends, great experiences out there, and so after I sort of did this for a number of years, I finally got a job teaching at a school in Puerto Rico, and I taught Americans on a college gap year program. And so that was where my teaching sort of began. It kind of began um, in informally with friends of mine, roommates and stuff. But now I'm teaching in Puerto Rico, so business opportunities, job opportunities, life. I mean, the things Spanish has done has been for me personally infinite, and now here I am with my own business. Um, so I this was after the hurricane. We were volunteering and things like that in Puerto Rico. Um, but yeah, you know, I went back to Playa del Carmen, traveled around with my girlfriend for a while. We lived together, and that was sort of this was like they have to have luxury too. And one of the best things about Latin America is that it's affordable for us. And if you know a good deal of Spanish, you can feel very comfortable and confident going to these places, these exotic hotels and places, and you know, there's so many amazing, nice places as well as, little holes in the wall and backpacker places. So you get the whole gamut. If you learn to speak Spanish, you get the whole gamut of experience that Latin America has to offer. But really, uh, when I got my girlfriend and we lived together, that was sort of the final breaking point where I knew I had made it to that conversational level. It's like, wow, I can have a girlfriend who doesn't speak English. That was the final piece that showed me that I had achieved a very the level that I really strive to achieve, you know. And so since then, I have continued, never stopped traveling around Latin America. I found Spain to be one of my favorite countries to live. Um, the food in Spain to me is some of the best I've ever had. Um, Mexican food, of course, as well. All the foods, I mean, it's everywhere. You know, Canary Islands, little place I think is one of my favorite places in the world, Bariloche. These are places now that I can live. And I have a network of friends there, and the world has opened up to me to be in these incredible places and meet these great people, and that's what it's going to be for you. Okay, you're going to meet people, you're going to go places, you're going to have job opportunities, infinite business opportunities. There's so much that you don't know what could even be possible. Things you didn't think are possible, you know, are waiting for you. All right. So I just wanted to share some of the highlights of my Spanish life, and I hope that inspires you. I hope that motivates you. I hope that excites you. I hope that that gets you ready to take on this great challenge of learning Spanish, because there is a great world out there awaiting you to discover. So, all right, great. We're all warmed up. I'll see you in the next video.